always
Okay.
be thinking of, always just kind of put yourself in the consumer's shoes from a marketing perspective. It just kind of gets drilled in your head, but it's like they always going to have some reason or another to respond. Like, are you looking for a place to live? It's kind of like, well, yeah, I am. Like, why do I need to, like, why would I reply to you? The new automation we built out, just run over the results from that and kind of see if there's anything else we can build out, because right now the stage that we're in is just conversion. We have steady lead flow coming in. That's not going to be an issue. Live transfers, as soon as we know that we can get ads in your market. That's not an issue. We know we can get transfers. We just need to convert as much of this
Yeah.
opportunity we have in the pipeline as possible. So any automations we can help build out, any X flows like that, dead live transfer X flow works really, really well to just reactivate, get a lot of conversations to surface. Like another one of those that we could build out, or anything we can do, but I
Yeah,
just
I don't know.
know
I'm wondering if, like, because yeah, the deadline transfer one did work, and a lot of good conversations. I think a lot of them got to the point where like they either are no longer looking or they found a place, which it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know what the next
so
step.
like so
But
people already found a place. So like
so it was one or two things I was getting. It was either, hey, we're no longer looking. We decided we're going to to stay where we are, or yeah, I found a place, which is like that's on me. And then the other one I found was that they did find a place, but they're no longer looking. So it's either I found a place, I'm no longer looking, or it's like, hey, we just signed a new lease somewhere else, or they just didn't reply.
Yeah, how many would you say like already like did something? Like was there a large amount of those? Like is there like
No, like
some
three.
holes? Okay, so not crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of
Um
followed up. I'm like, well, what was it that there was a disconnect kind of thing? So like for me, it's good learning. I know one woman, she's like, well, like we are the one guy. We had another realtor because they worked with two different realtors. It's like obviously they fill out that thing for me, and then they fill out for somebody else. It's like, well, he's just really aggressive. I'm like, I hear you. Well, you never responded to me, so it's kind of hard to be aggressive if you don't respond to people. But I get what she's saying. But we did have a good conversation, as in they're looking to buy within a year. It sounds like. So I have her information. So I'll make sure to follow up and be more aggressive in that. The other
yeah,
people, that was just like,
the
but
biggest thing that the biggest one of the biggest things I think I have seen is, yeah, when people if people don't reply, having like a good like 7-day follow-up automation that we can do. For example, for our company, we'll send people like, hey, here's like, let's say you send someone like a list, for example, or like a property search. Having an automation that fires a few days later, um, anything catch your eye, question mark, question mark. And if they don't reply to that, it waits 1 day and name, question mark. I can get you some, we can go look at something in person. But like once you send something to people, also a follow-up automation if they don't respond, so that we don't have to rely on them to reply. We can remind them, we can bump them a few times, because like that was a huge thing in our agency is, we send a reschedule link, or we'd recommend a reschedule time, and people just never respond. And you're like, okay, well, what if we had an automation that was just like, find a time, question mark, and then if they don't James, question mark at first name, and then like another one like, hey, if this is still something you're interested in, make sure you grab that link. Otherwise, let us know if you'd like us to take you out of our database. And it's like, you do the follow-up so we don't have to rely on them to reply. Because, yeah, I mean, people, people get busy. It's very easy for them not to reply. So we could set
yeah,
something up for that, where you can just tag them like general follow-up or basic follow-up,
okay,
where it can be something that it can follow up with anyone based on any conversation you were having, because it's going to be very broad, if that makes sense.
yeah, no, that makes sense. I got you. I want it. No, that should be helpful.
What about, so I see a share in here. This is just one of the first conversations that's popped up. Looks like you sent her. I'll text them to you, and you can look at them as you have time. Oh, she's her own. This one is on market now, right? But will it still be on the market in August by any? What property was she? Oh, was it a specific property you sent
Yeah,
over?
yeah. So I sent her a list of properties because she's renting, but she's not looking to move until August, really. So
Get
she's
here
like
for
on a
March,
longer timeline
June,
kind of thing. So
July,
it's normally
August.
just kind of me checking in, because when I talked with her on the phone, I was like, hey, so I've met with her and her sister in person, so I know their situation. But mostly it
Okay.
was like, hey, I know you're not waiting to move till later on this summer. Let's just check in with each other back and forth. I'll send you some properties as they stay. And then like, because right now she's not ready to move and do anything. There's no need for her to do the rental application, or do a background check because it's too far out. But like the very least, we can get a feel for what's available in her area. So she really likes that property, but she's not in a position where she can break her lease right now.
Got it. Got it. That makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm glad we were able to reactivate that. Let's see. Movement. How about Janet? It looks like she's in the like end of June, July, end of August. Does you had a
So I sent her,
conversation with
yep. So
her.
she works on email. So I sent her a property list. I need to follow up with her. The plan is to follow up with her. I sent it yesterday. Yesterday, I will follow up with her on Monday to give her some time to look at it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I know there might be some holes in the conversation just because I know you do some stuff out of command. So I just wanted to check on that one because I see the last email in our system was June 11th. But yeah, I forget that you also. Okay, yeah, that one's just going to be probably like pretty impossible. This lady looking for nothing more than $850 a month.
For her daughter's boyfriend. I'm like, all right, well, like I was telling her, it's like mostly just renting a room, but not anything that's $850 because evidently he's on disability, so he has a fixed income.
I see. Yeah, that's what it balance virtually. No interest. Can you send more, please? Yeah. So like, so this would be like almost like a perfect example of how we could have that kind of follow up automation here. On this lead here, it looks like Nakai or whatever it is. Not interested in these. Can you send more, please? Sure, I'll send them shortly. You sent a few, and then it'd be super nice to have like an automation that would just bump in a couple days or one day and be like, see anything you like? Question mark, question mark. And then if they don't reply to that, let me know. Let me know if nothing caught your eye. I can send you a few more or something like that. That could just like follow up with them automatically for you, so that you don't have to remember. Because there's probably so many people that are like, yeah, can you send me something else? Can you send me this? And it's like, oh my gosh, like who do I even like at the end of the day, you just like forget who you need to follow up with when you have this much volume in the door. So I can definitely understand that. So that's probably something would make sense to work block. We could have a general follow up. We could have like they're searching for properties follow up, because that could be tailored around like, hey, have you found anything yet? Did you see anything in the list? A general follow up, just be like, hey, just following up. Do you do a lot of your stuff in person or virtual? Or your consultations?
I offer virtual and in person. I usually do whatever makes sense. I'm like, hey, are you free to meet next week at this day at this time? And they're like, sure. I'm like, okay, do you want to meet in person or do you want to do a consultation? But I can probably change a strategy to, hey, let's just make it a virtual one and make time to do it. But a lot of it just depends, because like right now, I don't think I told you this, but I joined a commercial team, so I'm doing commercial real estate and residential real estate. So
nice.
like right now, I got some commercial things that are happening a lot faster than the residential. So it's like so I'm trying to make sure I keep my time open. And if I do a meeting, I try to make sure. So there's like, for example, there's times where I'm not near a computer, but I can definitely go in person. So.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And Dimitri here, you getting him on some credit repair, or what was this?
Correct. Yep. So he got started with credit repair. So I just need to follow up and make sure how it's gone with him, because his credit score is below his 600, so he can't buy a house, can't do much. I'm sorry, he said his credit score is in the 550s. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
So until he gets his credit repaired, usually it takes about 2 months. Then we can start moving forward a little bit.
Got it. Here, looks like they were a little dry over text, but ultimately it looks like you were able to catch a phone call with Cassandra for 6 minutes. Do you remember that one?
Yep, that's the one. That's the one I was telling you, where she said I wasn't aggressive, but then we ended up talking, and then she was talking about, hey, I can stay in touch with her about home. So I just told her, because they're looking to buy within a year.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and I got to circle back on this one, because she's looking to buy a foreclosure. We talked about foreclosures, but she really, once again, she's willing to pay cash, but it's like, okay, well, what are we doing? So like, so I think I got to figure out a way to be better about that, because ultimately it's like, okay, well, I'll follow up with you, but as every day goes on, there's a new lead, so I just chase those leads. But I got to figure out a way to keep these people hot or whatever, because she's talking about paying cash, but at the same time, it's like, well, you can't really pay cash for much if you don't have anything going. Like if you don't like any property.
Exactly. Yeah, this one looks like it might be a follow-up too, unless you have done in command. Did you like any of the properties? Thank you for your help. I'll have to pass. No pool. Okay, if I find one in the pool, I'll send it to you. Okay. So probably maybe, I don't know if have you talked to Michelle lately?
Yeah, I tried. Like the issue with that is just like the price point. Like it's like I like a pool too, but like if they want for like $1,000 a month, well, good luck. Like
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to get like some community place for that.
Because it's like I
Um,
don't know what to tell you. I can do a lot. I'm not a miracle worker.
yeah, for real. Yeah, I'm just looking for a place. Did some, yeah, that's some solid follow up. A couple bumps there. Looks like those price, location, time frame features didn't pull on those. Key. Good morning. Are you still looking for a place to live? Yeah, I think here, or when you're sending these texts like this, it's kind of like, are you looking for a place to live? It's kind of like, well, yeah, I am. Like, why do I need to, like, why would I reply to you? There's no like kind of like value proposition.
Mhm.
What I would probably do here is like stay with kind of what the approach we took up here. That instead of just saying, is this still accurate? I gave them a reason on why they should reply to, is it accurate? I've got some properties I could send over, just let me know. Because if I was like, is this accurate? People would probably in their head answer, well, yes, but like why do you need to know, like what are you trying to get to here? That's kind of the vibe I get from this, so I would have probably stuck with the same approach. Are you still looking for a place to live? I got some properties I could send over. Just let me know. That gives them a tangible reason to like reply with yes, because they know they're getting something out of it at least. So just when you kind of do those small bumps like that, that's just something to
Yeah.
keep in mind. Always
Okay.
be thinking of, always just kind of put yourself in the consumer's shoes from a marketing perspective. It just kind of gets drilled in your head, but it's like they always going to have some reason or another to respond. That works really well. But yeah, I mean, it seems like there's a ton of opportunity. A lot of it, is kind of wishy-washy here and there. But it really just comes down to honestly just like the longer term follow-up for the most part. Do you have a video? Because these people get hit with emails and text messages all day. Videos are super unique and sometimes they work really, really well.
I can store video on here, or do I just got to send it manually?
Yeah, we could 100% automate a video. So if it's, I'm just trying to think about the angle we'd go with it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a hey, I enjoyed our conversations via text. I want to take this opportunity to say something to you in person and or whatever, and say hey, I'd love to work with you. Just kind of, I guess, then give the reevaluate or value proposition of hey, here's what I can offer to you, and then I think that might be helpful a little bit if it's kind of maybe
Yeah,
presented that way.
yeah, that could be how you enter it. You could be like, "Hey, how's it going?" To make it custom, you'd have to manually do them. Which, if you wanted to sit down on an evening and manually send a few, you definitely could to your high quality people. But
Yep.
for the most part, if you just want to automate it, be like, hey, it's Jerome. We've been chatting over text. Just wanted to shoot you this super quick video. If you're still looking for any properties in the Broward County or surrounding areas,
Yeah.
would love to help you out and get those over to you. We offer this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. Just respond with interested if you're still looking, and make it super low barrier to entry for them to respond.
Mhm.
Because it's like sometimes people won't reply to something just because they don't know what to say, and then they have to think about it for 30 seconds, and they're like, oh no, so you're like, did this. So if you read something like a call to action, just reply interested or click the link below if you have a link to modify your search, and make sure we're sending you the best stuff possible, but only what you're interested in. Or yeah, text interested, text yes below, and I'll get those over to you ASAP. I think a
Mhm.
video could do good if you shoot that. And you could send that as like a blast
Do you
to
want me to
everyone.
just email it or text it to me, or how best to get it?
Yeah, for sure. If you just want to text it or email it, that'll be perfectly fine, and we can
Okay.
kind of create a custom workflow. What let's go ahead and do is let's throw a work block. I'm super busy next. This is getting
All right. What about Friday? Does that work for you? Like after your lunch?
yeah, next week.
Yeah, the 27th.
Yeah,
Like, could
one hundred.
is it, like can we do something at 3? Does that work?
Yep, for sure. And then we'll put it down for like an hour. And what we'll do, we'll work block. We'll do that blast video, and then we'll also work block some follow up sequences, some longer term follow ups. Maybe like a good like a weekly one, almost like text them once a week for like a couple months or
Mm.
something. Just a very general, just to really just try to stay on top of these people as much as we can. So we'll do Mason extra. Just patching any holes in our bucket. For example, any of those leads that are like, yeah, I've already done something or something along those lines. Really just trying to kind of take that as like just feedback. Like, all right, we have some holes that we can patch, and if we patch those, the amount of deals that we should be able to save, should be significant, and we can kind of just take it from there. I think the biggest thing Probably be able to agree, is just really nailing down this follow up and staying on top of these people, at least the ones that are interested, or have expressed interest, or the fact of doing something within the next few months, and just making sure that we have some longer term nurture sequences on them. Just very simple, bump messages, and then we can notify you if they reply, so you can go in. And then also, do you utilize the tasking system at all? It's
Yeah,
super.
I usually do.
Okay,
Like, so as we've had as those people started replying with the dead live transfers, I put tasks in, that way I was always following up and staying on top of it and making sure
perfect.
we're good. I was in good shape with them.
Perfect. Yeah, the task is so good. Personally, I use task as well and sales side of things. And yeah, it's also nice too, because all you have to do is just go in, bang out your task for the day, and then you have the clarity of knowing that you're staying on top of everybody, and you don't have to remember. I also like setting, like, I don't know if you saw you could do this, but like the reoccurring tasks are super cool, because you can set it to basically follow up with this person like once every week, and then so it'll just pop up on your dashboard every week, so you'll never forget about that person. And then once you need to forget about them, or you've met with them in person, you can check that task as done. But it's a
Sure.
super good way to just make sure that their name is always constantly appearing, so you don't forget about them. Because I know how hard it can get. You have all these names, and like, for example, this happened to me like last week. Had an amazing conversation with a guy, and he just wanted to go talk to his wife, and I literally completely forgot to follow up with him that following week. Reached back out to him, and just too much time went by. He wasn't in that stage where he was like hot. I just had the presentation with him the day before. And so sometimes, it can get very difficult to remember people, even if you had really good conversations with
No,
them
I hear you.
sometimes.
No, I agree.
Yeah, so the tasking is super good. And also too, you'll see it on your dashboard as well, down in the bottom left. But then there's also, in the contacts tab, there's this task option up here at the top, which will actually, you can do advanced filters, which is pretty cool. You can filter on a bunch of stuff, but you can do assign me, and then you can just select your name specifically, so you
Mm.
only see your tasks. So you can see here you've set a bunch of those, and you can check box and uncheck box them over there on the left hand side. Super easy way to look at them. You can even manage like the fields and stuff that it shows. Other than that, have we set up? We can actually, I think we can set it up so it actually notifies you as well when you have like an upcoming task coming up. Does it notify you or no?
It usually does the day of, like, or whatever.
Yeah, 5 minutes before. Well, sounds good. Other than that, is there really anything that you're needing from us, other than we'll work block on Friday and work on some follow-up automations,
No.
get that video recorded, we can do a blast. Other than that, I shot you over that bulk buy option. Again, no rush. You have until the end of the month if that's something you want to pull the trigger on any one of those. Kyle out of Las Vegas, locked down for I think 50 or 75 live transfers. So that's exciting for him. Overall, we really only are saying that to like our very long-term partners that we see being with us for a long time, because really the only reason you would do it is just to save a bulk of money. And obviously, once you're getting back up on your feet and everything, and just like it's really starting to scale, you obviously can see how scalable a lower live transfer fee can be, especially once you start getting some of these through the door. Like, everything it takes to actually convert these people. The offer that you need to use, how you need to get these people, and how to get in front of these people. And once we really start dialing down that process, I mean, even $87, is still a very scalable live transfer fee. But if you do want to lower that, the options there, you just let me know.
Yep. Sure. Okay.
Cool. Awesome. Other than that, do you have anything for me?
Nope. I'm all good.
Awesome. If you need anything in the meantime, shoot me a text or an email. We can obviously help you out at any given time. Other than that, we will chat on Friday, and hope you have a great weekend, man.
Thanks. You too. Take care.
All right. See you.